Welcome back, and so I've grabbed a Coke and had a banana. Okay, so, yep, I'm ready to go. So, let's get back to it. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget everything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival, but knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Kelly! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared so that she can have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised that you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. Dummy. You'd think that on the days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. Suddenly, I feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Kelly. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows best for her, right? Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica is being friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah. Sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets and laid it out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's normal. No, everything is fine. What? What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Callie, what's wrong? Nothing. The poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written, but more than that. I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself! Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I didn't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I'm swallowing in real life, too, because holy sh... Okay, let's continue. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house, isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really only leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sight. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe my eyes are showing me. Holy fucking fuck. I suppressed the urge to vomit just yesterday. I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I knew what's best and that everything would be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That's what had to be what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream will still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. Swarming through my thoughts. Keep telling me that everything I do could have been done to prevent this. If I could have spent more time with her, I walked her to school, gave her what I knew she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. So Yori is gone 404 is now hosting you? What the shit? Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. If only I had a chance. I wasn't careful enough. Now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than before, but now I couldn't do what she needed from me. And now I can never take it back. Never, never, never. Ah, bullshit. I've got time powers. What? Okay. You know, I think... I see an adoring girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to anything she might draw attention to herself. The girl is Oroboros, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making, but used to work to school together. Okay, I've already read this. Okay. However, I just sigh and... Okay, mornings are usually the worst. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself that it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. School day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There aren't really any clubs that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Kelly? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Beautiful, athletic, smart. Completely out of my league, so having her smile so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Did you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Okay. I'm reading my chat transcript right now, and I've got a Monica and a Sayori in my chat right now, and they're both... Okay. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like there's nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity of how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, which club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? It sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my many members keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Kelly. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could, at the very least, visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. Chat is only mildly breaking me. You're really sweet, Kelly, you know that? That's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. I'm more important than construction paper. You heard it here first. My parents didn't even talk like that. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs to a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Kelly. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! Let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? Well, I mean, I'm not Monica's boyfriend. You guys can stay in the chat. Sayori, Monica, you guys can... What? No, I'm not. And Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Kelly in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry, I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Kelly? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks into the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival all that much more important. I'm confident that we could really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal? Yeah. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Carefully, she places the teacup in front of us before setting the teapot down in the middle. You keep the whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, you know, I believe you. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I like tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Kelly, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I didn't really have a good way of answering that. Mongo? Mango? I just mostly doujinshi, mostly hentai. I just read hentai. I mostly read dirty drawings on bathroom walls. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up, like a meerkat. It looks like she says she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. And then not much of a reader, I guess. Well, I mean, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her favor. My favorites are usually novels that build the deep and complex fantasy worlds, love of creativity and craftsmanship. Yep. Yuri goes on, she talks about stuff. Yep, this is repeats. But you know, I have like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements are immersive to me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately try to grasp at something I can relate to. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes you think or takes me to another world, I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, even if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's alright. That's right, you usually like to write stories about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the club last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give me that back! Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess, sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing expertise too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably just start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Kelly? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now we've reached the most important topic. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Kelly. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. If we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible letting everyone down in this situation, and besides, the club seems pretty relaxed, so if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Kelly? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Kelly, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to help you have a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Kelly, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and wake my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day in school, after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer with one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though, so I don't think I've left a memento. Yep! Yep, I called. Did it delete my old saves? Okay. Water. Nope. No! Starscape. Infinite. Embrace. No. Vibrant. Death. No. Rain. No. Heart. No. Eternity. Misfortune. Damn it! Entropy. Sensation. Disarray. Uncontrolled. What the fuck was that? Did you guys see that? Determination. Whirlwind. Agonizing. Did you see that? The little chibi changed, right? Like that wasn't just me. That wasn't just me. That, you goddamn it, don't you do this to me, chat. Don't you do this to me. I have to sleep tonight. Have some Coke. Try not to burp into the microphone, but glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Kelly. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like... This is actually really unnerving. Oh, shit. You guys already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. I feel like this is one of those games that I should be wearing my contacts for, so you can just see my eyes widen constantly. Just... Yeah! Club manga! Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and Moniko. Manga is treasure. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki... There's something wrong with this music, too. It's like... I feel like it's almost imperceptible, but it's slowed down just a tiny bit. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops down into her seat. I'm sorry, Kelly. We'll all make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Damn straight! Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. It only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Well, wait. I didn't mean it like that. Ooh, if you didn't really want to, then forget I said anything. No, it's not like that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like Well, as vice president and all. Oh yeah, Yuri is getting bigger. She's a big girl. She's a growing girl. That I should help you start something you might like. She reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so I thought it might keep your attention, even though it's one you don't usually read. And we could discuss it if you wanted to. This is... How is this girl accidentally being this cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. Ooh, sorry. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Crap! What? What's in the box? She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. After I mutter this, sensing that I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was just focused and then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place, but I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it, but not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday and... Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood, but the facility gets worse and worse, and they start selectively breeding people and cutting off their limbs and fixing them too. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Anyway, I'm really into it. Was she vibrating just then? Or was I? The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like she was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kelly? Oh, no, it's not that. I normally just... You know, I start with the limb cutting, and then I work my way into the plot, really. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. So she's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective, when horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. I'll give this a quick screenshotty right here. Oop. And then suddenly... Oh, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well... I guess that's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I get things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, so please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes? I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I'd put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a bit apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just that something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. Soon I understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So, sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your butt shit. Okay, cool. It doesn't show up there. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? It's because I'm Canadian. I didn't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and then hold my book between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders almost touching. I feel like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides under it, her thumb under it right after it flips to the side. But in holding it like this, we're held even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Let's turn the page together. I think I just got a bit distracted for a moment. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri's no longer asking me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I'll just assume she finishes the pages before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really. I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all. That's what you were talking about. So, sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you feel you're sick or something. Your breathing's a little... My breathing? Yuri puts a hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Her lust for blood. Yeah. She wants the B. L-O-O. And then, of course, the D. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Kelly, did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? No, not really. Just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing! Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figure we might as well get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it back into my bag. Let's get Natsuki out of the way, because Natsuki's trash. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair that I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That was a little blunt. Look, this is the exact response that she gave last time. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. You want to get smacked? I'll pass. So, well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Yep, same as usual. Yep. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read but hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around me do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand, but the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. I set up a rhyme for the end and then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps me bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did. I guess a lot more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Okay, we've already read all this before. Okay, to Monica. Hi, Kelly. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I won't be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Callie. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know, but it's that sort of barrier we'll learn to get past soon. You know, that's true. And Monica, my poem. Great work. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. This is what she said the second time. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, that's not very fair. I guess it worked anyway. You know what Yuri likes. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. Sometimes I just get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be starved for social interaction. I don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing, looking for some alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! Wow, she did get bigger. I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we started sharing our poems with each other. Already? Well, I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all of the time you needed. All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't always mean I feel that way, you know. Oh, I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned-out eyes could no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right here. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback. Oh, that's okay. I guess that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and times. When performed out loud, it can be quite powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some sort of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated. Alright, so the same message as before, just put stuff down on paper. Alright, go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. The more you know. Alright, Yuri, let's do it. I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth, but then covering her whole face. Ooh, he's going to eat me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, it's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits usual of typical new writers, and having been through it myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and form fit them together, and the end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her statement is completely gone, her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is the most important and challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I think she's a little bitch, too. I'm not sure Yuri's apologizing for herself, to Natsuki, or to me. Do you mind if I ask you something? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Or do you mind if I read yours? I guess that's what it said. Yuki smiles dreamily. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for him, which itself is kind of funny. After all, this is supposed to be a literature club. The tendrils of hair, replaced by sickening blue-green of the future. I bathe. Yep, I flicker back. Yep, that's... I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? No, I wasn't thinking about that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Oh, I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm actually functionally illiterate, so shorter is better. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Kelly. Really? I almost totally missed the point. Oh, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. You remember the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon we'll be left with nothing. Well, that's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. That's impressive. Huh? Oh, it's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Kelly. Me too. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand. Something about the music sounds wrong. I don't know what it does, but it's making me feel funny. There's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, no, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem. With one hand, I guess it's what you call fancy. Oh, thanks, yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. It was trying to say something nice there. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. It kind of did sound like a mashup thing. It's weird. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Kelly did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I do not expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. She said, tapping your poem. And Kelly liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what Ooh, you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Kelly appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how would you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do over. I wouldn't make overly cutesy. Ooh, well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Kelly started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe... Edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves by the time they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You know you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute. The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Kelly hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turned towards me as if she noticed I was standing there. Kelly, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dragged into this? What? Hey Kelly, why don't we step outside for a bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my old members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri must have said to Natsuki, or did. Kelly, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you wanna. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take the responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. Oh, it's not that. It's not that. It's just... I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Kelly. It would be embarrassing to do it with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Oh, I didn't see the poster in the back. Oh no, there was something that... You guys are really close to the page today. Electricity, Crimson, Dark, Destiny, Infallible, Disarray, Whirlwind, Intellectual, Determination, After. Jesus Christ. Should have clicked it. Shouldn't have... Okay. Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the... It was a sad Sayori moment. Oh, no. I'll have to review the video later. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Ah, yes, my favorite part of Yuri. The hair, obviously. Hold on, let me just get adjusted for my... I accidentally screamed myself out of comfort. Hi, Yuri's right boob. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression. The expression on her boob. The weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Oh, hey, welcome the rest of Yuri. Yuri glances over her shoulder looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk. Surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me into the corner of the room. Well, yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy you were considered and apologized, but you don't have to worry about me too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems, but whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there was no way you could be a bad person, and now that you're apologizing, I know that you really didn't mean it. Kelly, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm glad that you're such an understanding person. I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything is a little brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person that worries too much about the little things, aren't you? What does it say in the history? Oh, no, it's the same thing, okay. But, I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I'm hoping you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah, well, I mean, Natsuki was. I was not! What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period was study hall, and to be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it, so I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Well, don't give me more credit than I deserve. I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So, I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monika looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Okay, that sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? Well, in that case, I won't let you down, Kelly. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. You see, I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. Well, in that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Kelly, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all? Thanks very much. There's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down at the teacher's desk. I simply watch her hand movements. To my surprise, the way she moves contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. No, that's okay. You stay here, I won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make some tea. Oh, okay. Well, sorry for misunderstanding. Did she leave me before? 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is someone holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place would be the nearest water fountain. Start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. Sounds like breathing. Sharp inhale, like someone is sucking in air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Okay! Alright, sure, teleportation's fine. Thanks for waiting so patiently. Kelly, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Everything is fine. Anything's fine. Anything is fine. Everything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees. Now, it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you around, anyway. Ah. Well, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Kelly. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. Watching Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Kelly, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? No, why's that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. I mean, that would be a lot of pressure on your lower back. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Oh, is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that when reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Oh, fair enough. I love a girl with bad posture. I'll go ahead and read. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I may have some chocolate as well. Pull out some chocolate candy, so I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I actually have some chocolate oolong in the cupboard still, I think. I should drink that later. Yuri and I sit on the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we resume reading the same position as last time, each holding half the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri sides closer until our shoulders are almost touching. Scandal! How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Oh, she knows! She knows what she's doing! They're smarter than you think they are, boys! They're wily! The women's, they know everything they're doing, they're in control of everything! We're just pawns! Anyway, back to work. She wears an intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Oh, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Oh, that's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. I'm dumb. I'm dummity-dumb. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading it, but as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate and pop it into my mouth, and then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Her expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... She looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Kelly, sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Kelly. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Kelly. My heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Kelly. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. Make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Okay. Jesus Christ. Alright, we're back. It's time to share poems. It fell flat. Well, that may be true. I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this all out. Fair enough, you're still new to this, and I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care about who you spend time with, baka. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything, but still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Alright, it's Amy Likes Spiders again. We've already heard this one. Not bad, right? Quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Blah, blah, blah. We don't think it was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I'll have to explain it. Yeah. Boop. Boop. I'm gonna skip through this. We've already done this. They're just two girls who I won't respectfully name. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Geez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? Hey, for what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess, thanks, but it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more. It's true, Justice Girl. I know flat is justice, but Yuri's got the things that save lives. Whatever, we're done sharing, so you can leave now. Okay. Kelly, I think you saw something earlier you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excited when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. That kind of came out of nowhere. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets a high from it. She might be like, it might be like a sexual thing, but the point is you've been kind of enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you, so that if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, at least I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me, the colors they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, exploding, piercing, red, blue. Cacophony of meaning with the noise that won't stop. Violent, grating, like laying a knife on a breathing ribcage. This was the pizza line before. delete her. Okay. Thick thighs save lives. You know that. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When this happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for me today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Kelly, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you a sort of technique's worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really just wanted to try to give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Aha. That makes me so happy. So amazing to feel like I'm valued, Kelly. Everything you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now I just want you to read my poem too, okay? Oh, this is a new one. Okay, let's do this. A rotating wheel. Turning an axle. Grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox. Falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a dock ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a tour, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time, devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and opening human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just, can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, alright? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Kelly joined, and we've started some club activities, but this isn't the time to focus, this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about finding new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean that everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it at the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire others and find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. To know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something... Sorry. Delete her 404. Okay. Just showed up in my chat. Something other festival, even if it's something small. Right, Kelly? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Kelly to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Kelly joined. As for me, I just like it better than I do at home. And Kelly isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're the only person who's interested in finding other members. The rest of us are just fine like this. I know you're the president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monika's clearly taken back by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Kelly want more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why do you think that everyone saw it the same way that I did? But it doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Kelly, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you were even given a choice to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting a club was a mistake? Oh, now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me, and now Monika wants to take that away from me? She's not taking anything away. No, Kelly. It's not the same. I won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have joined any other stupid club, but this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about the obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here, but still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. No one would cry if she killed herself. The shit? What? 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 I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club, but what about you, Kelly? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decide if giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member, and that's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way, and with each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole changes too. I don't... Did it just happen again? Oh. I don't... You did it again! I don't mind stepping out of a comfort zone once in a while. So, if you... I still see it! I still see it! So if you would like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright, well maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Oh, Monika, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for the day. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Kelly? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little with Kelly before we leave, just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important for me as president. Yuri looks a bit troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay, I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a little hectic lately, haven't they? Kelly, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I'd really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know. I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a bit... you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anything weird. There are just some things I'm hoping to talk about with you. Things I know you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. No. All right, so... I think this is a good cut point, so I will see you all in the next video as things get even weirder. And be sure to like, subscribe, smash bells, and if I don't come back again, you know who to blame. Bye. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Ah, bullshit. I've got time powers.